Okay everybody, this is mooneydashcam, and if you enjoy these videos, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe. Also, I did create an Instagram, mooneydashcam on Instagram. Follow me there. I post all interesting stuff that I see throughout the day from all over New York City, so check me out. Alright, so today we are in Prospect Park South. As you can see to the right, that is Prospect Park, and there's a whole neighborhood to the south, which is called Prospect Park South. Pretty self-explanatory there. I came in this area just working one day, and I was amazed at the houses that were just smack in the middle of Brooklyn. So I had to do a video on it. So I did some research, and here's what I found. So there was a developer, Dean Alvord. He bought 60 acres of land in the middle of Brooklyn, of farmland, back in 1899. So he bought 60 acres, and he wanted to make sort of the suburbs inside of the city. That's the vibe he was going for. And let me tell you, he achieved it. You're going to see in a minute here. But he was inspired by a little town, a little similar situation called the Tennis Court. That's also in Brooklyn. It's not really around anymore. The houses are not there. But the houses here still stand. As you could probably see, some of these houses are ridiculous. Now, we're not even technically in Prospect Park South. Once we cross over Church Avenue, which is the street right in front of us, that's when we really enter into it. So, he picked this spot specifically to take advantage of the train line that takes you straight into Manhattan. And to this day, that train line is still there. He made sure this area felt super exclusive. As you're going to see, most of the street signs are not street signs, they're pillars with concrete, how do you explain it? The concrete actually spells out the names of all the roads. And there's little monograms on them of like his little symbol. You see we're passing one right now. And these homes are not cheap to this day. They go from about $1.5 million, the most expensive is like 3.8 million. I mean, it really gets crazy. Alright. Now this is Albemarle Road. We're gonna turn here. Now this is also technically like parkland. People hang out here like it's a park. So you kind of see these grassy sections in the middle. People just hang out, just for the hell of it. You see there's a dude hula hooping up here. Oh, that's a woman. I was too far. Don't get me in trouble for that. I mean, look at the size of these homes, just smack in the middle of Brooklyn. Really amazes me. Like I said, I saw this, I was just amazed. I had to learn more about what was going on here. So, everything here was pre-planned and pre-thought. This house right here, I actually bought a car from. They have a Rolls Royce in their back garage. The woman lives in Georgia right now, the country. So she was getting rid of some cars. And I was the one picking them up. So yeah, he thought of everything. Down to the trees to make the houses feel secluded, to make it feel like you're the only house on the block. There were certain trees that he planted for a more immediate shade, and then bigger, longer living, longer lasting trees closer to the houses to make everything feel very separated. You can see that's one of the brick pillars right there, right over the top of that car. Buckingham Road. We're going to go down to Albemarle a little bit more because there's some huge houses on there. And really notable people from back in the early 1900s lived in these houses. Yeah, all this stuff, all this tree planting, very manicured landscaping was done all before even a single plot was sold to for anyone to live in. Here's what I thought was really interesting. He hired an architect, John S. Petit, to design the homes. Now the regulations, he was so specific on how he wanted everything to be. The regulations were so strict on all the homes. The homes had to be freestanding, so no attached houses. Now today you're going to see some attached houses because the regulations have loosened since then, but for the most part you're not going to see attached houses here. So they have to be freestanding, exceeding 3,500 square feet. That's why all these homes are just crazy big. Costing over $5,000 at the time, which was a lot. Setback from the street 50 feet. No fences and no hedges. You were only allowed hedges in the backyard to cover, in his quotes, unsightly things that could be in your backyard, which I thought was pretty crazy. Yeah, you can only put some stuff up to cover up your mess because you're all gross. I'm not going to make this next left, we'll make the left after that. There we go. Yeah, and the creation of the neighborhood, the tennis court, and this neighborhood kind of gave birth to this whole culture in Flatbush, which they call now Victorian Flatbush, because there's a lot of neighborhoods around. The neighborhoods that were kind of inspired by this, and actually Dean Alvord himself went on to develop different neighborhoods. What is going on here? The landscaping truck in the way? Well, everything's so landscaped, I'm not super surprised. But yeah, some of the other neighborhoods that I'll probably end up making videos on eventually are Ditmas Park, Beverly Squares, Fisk Terrace, and South Midwood. That's kind of what comprises Victorian Flatbush. I'm gonna have to do a whole reverse down the block here in a second. Yep, that's what I'm doing. We can't be stuck. I don't get stuck. Alright, we'll make the next turn down Coney Island Avenue because it's a one-way here. Just want to show you some of these ridiculous mansions. So yeah, it was deemed a historic district in New York City in 1979, and then recognized a historic district nationally in 1983, which you can see why by, I mean, it's just beautiful there. You have Church Avenue, which we're on now, is kind of like the main street. And then if I was to make a right here, I would actually hit into Prospect Park, which is a humongous park in Brooklyn. A bunch of baseball fields, tennis courts, everything you kind of need in a park. See that bus hit that thing? They're meant to be hit. They fold over. I've hit them before too. You know what? This is going to lead me to a one-way, so I'm not going to do it. So we're heading down Coney Island Avenue right now, crossing Hinckley Place. Got the old KFC there. I'm gonna make the next left down Beverly Road, get us back into the area. Also, if you go on satellite on maps and look, you could see exactly the borders of the neighborhood, because it looks all trees and nice, and then right outside is all apartment buildings. So it's really easy to see exactly where Prospect Park South is. Yeah, I would tell you guys some of the names of the people that have lived in these houses, but they're kind of so old and not super famous to where everyone would know them. I didn't even know one of the names personally. Not that I'm the biggest person to know that kind of thing, but I want to see if we could get to one house specifically, because there's one house that really blew my mind. It's on Albemarle, I know that. Light's red, I apologize. Everyone knows I don't really mind a red light. Going through a red light here or there. I don't mean to, I don't do it on purpose, everyone. There's a lot going on here when I make a video. I'm checking my GPS, I have some notes I check up on. Being as safe as possible. But how else are you guys going to get this type of footage? You need a person out here doing the work. Speed bumps so we can, you can see they really do a good job of concealing the homes with the trees. So what we're going to do is make a left here on Albemarle. They have something going on here. I think it's just a little hangout. I'm not sure. Just a bunch of people sitting. But you never really know what's going on in this day and age. Oh, it actually looks like a prayer. Try to have my truck be quiet when I go by as to not disturb anybody. Wouldn't want to get in the way of anyone's religion. This is the house. I mean, come on. Look at that. I almost missed it there. So I was trying to be cautious about people being around. But like I said, when I first came here, I was just blown away. It doesn't feel like you're in Brooklyn at all. I want to explore the other neighborhoods that I mentioned earlier that look similar to this, because it's just too cool. Yeah, if you want to see more of that crazy big house, it's on the corner of Albemarle Road and Argyle Road in Prospect Park South. So if you want to go on Street View and look that up, because I really recommend doing that. Even this whole area, the houses are beautiful. But yeah, that's pretty much all I could show you on Prospect Park South. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe. I also do appreciate all the suggestions you guys give me. I do add them to my list. As you saw, I posted it to the community page. And like I said earlier, I do have an Instagram I started. I post once a day of all interesting stuff I see around the boroughs. That's at mooneydashcam on Instagram. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.